Hey, everybody. We're going to have one heck of a show here tonight. We're going to do the best we can without Saji. It was his idea to want to do a broadcast tonight, but then when I called them way back at 8 o'clock, he was sound asleep. So we'll see what we can do. Just sit back, relax, and get ready because it is going to be one heck of a Stir Friday. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, how's he doing that? Oh my God, he's cutting that so smooth. Whoa, whoa, look out, guy. Oh, ah! Ooh, hey, that looks good. Oh man. Whew, I gotta fix that right now. What do you think there, Michael Lindell? You like that? Michael Lindell, are you there? Hello? Michael Lindell? Oh my God. Do you hear us, Michael Lindell?
This is Michael Lindell. Yes, oh my goodness, I love Chinese cooking. I loved them. Hey guys, don't forget to buy a MyPillow product at mypillow/michaellindell.com.
Hey.
Oh man, the Chinese cooking. Good stuff, Ebro. Good stuff. Glad you brought it on the show.
Yep.
MyPillow.
Thank you, Michael Lindell. Oh man. Whoo! Look at just look at the way he's chopping that stuff. Man, it just looks amazing. I bet it's gonna be good when he puts it all in the pan, flips it and dips it, and woohoo, buddy.
Boss is Silverhawks here. Yeah, he's doing a bang-up job there. He's got the noodles there. You know the vegetables, the meat.
Oh
Wait
yeah.
a minute.
Yeah, you
is
can.
there no meat goes in this?
Yes, there's plenty of meat.
What kind of meat is that? What is that? Beef?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
bet that's that tenderized beef. You know the kind they take out in the field and they serve it beer and then they give it a massage with a happy ending.
I don't think it gets a happy ending.
Whoa, buddy. Hey, by the way, Saji's not going to be here tonight. I figure he passed out.
Yep.
After eating a bunch of food.
Oh yeah.
And he's probably sleeping for the rest of the night.
Oh yeah,
Who
you're
the
right.
heck goes to bed at 8:43 in the evening? What a maroon. Oh yeah. Boss of Silverhawks here.
Oh well. Hey, let's start the show. We've been watching this guy cook for almost 3 minutes now. Holy shnikes. Hey everybody, welcome to Stir Fry Friday. I'm your host with the most that likes the stir fry things on Friday. Hebro77 here. I know that didn't rhyme, but hey brother, you got a dime? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, again, Saji stood me up. I've been trying to call him here for the last, I don't know, half hour or so. We're running a little bit late. I've been putting together some intros and whatnot have you, and that's why we're running behind. But other than that, I think we're going to have one heck of a show here tonight, even without Saji. Although I will say, I hope that Saji does eventually come on here, but even if he doesn't, I think we're going to have one heck of a show. You know, I've been talking for several days here now. This is the second time he stood me up, by the way. But I'm sure he has his reasons. Probably good reasons. No doubt. But this is the, third broadcast that I said I wasn't going to do, but went ahead and did anyway. And I've been doing these broadcasts pretty much on my own. So here's the deal. I'm going to play a few clips from different people's shows and stuff, and we'll talk about whatever you guys think we should talk about, and maybe I'll play some prank phone calls that from that channel Snowplow TV. I haven't seen Saji in a few days. I haven't seen Keith's dad in a few days. They've all made mysterious disappearances. I can't tell you where either of those two guys have been. But I feel like I've been abandoned here the last few days. I really do. And it's a terrible feeling to feel abandoned. What the heck's going on here? Hope I'm still in the air. Hello? Can everybody hear me? Oh, shoot. I hope my broadcast didn't get shut down. Hello. Uh-oh. This ain't good. What's going on? Let's check out what's going on YouTube's end. Let's see if I'm still broadcasting. My timer stopped. Everything stopped. Everything's in frozen mode. Let's see here. My whole broadcast might have got shut down. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, this ain't good. This is not good at all. Well, it looks like I'm still live. Let me click on here. Well, it looks like I'm still live. Let me click. I'm frozen here. Click on here. Well, it looks like I'm still live. Let me click. I'm frozen here. Click on here. I'm frozen. Well, I'm still live. Let me click. Oh, geez. Okay. So I'm just going to keep talking. You guys let me know there in the chat if I'm, because my computer's frozen. I don't know what the heck's going on. Maybe I should shut down some programs. Hold on, let me try that. There we go. I can see the count now. All right. I've been on for 7 minutes. Just okay, I'm good. Okay, thank you, Michael Fontaine. Banned alert. Wait a minute. Have I been banned, Mr. Eddie Von Keen? I see the words banned alert. That makes my ears perk up. Okay. All right. Good. Cool. Saji's been getting the enhanced unemployment checks. He doesn't want to work anymore. Yeah, I guess that's true. But hey, you know what? We're still going to have one heck of a night. I think there's some stuff in here. Let me go to the Wasted Youth Center and see what we can see. That's not it. Hold on. Man, I'll tell you what. Whew. So let's go there. That was weird. I was frozen there for a minute. So when I woke up this morning, I didn't have a very good morning waking up. I'll tell you a little bit of my story, my personal business. Let's see here. Doesn't look like there's anything in here that Saji wanted to share with me for you guys to see. Let's go to Shifty Sunday here. It looks like he popped up on there. Let's see, nothing there. Let's go to Wasted Youth again. All right. Let's see. For a minute there, I thought he might have popped back in here, but it doesn't look like that. All right. Let me take that down. Take this down. There we go. So my morning. So I wake up and I'm clearing my throat. And I notice like it's almost like I had something stuck in my throat. I'm like, man, what the heck is this? This is not good. I had this feeling before, like a long time ago. And it almost feels like, you know, when you have phlegm in your throat and you can't quite get it up or get it out. So I had it and I started gagging. Like I gagged a couple of times, like the gag reflex hit. But I wasn't choking or anything like that. It was almost like I had something stuck in the back of my throat, couldn't get out. So I went to look it up. And there's this thing called tonsil stones. Have you guys ever heard of tonsil stones? So what I'm thinking happened is I got this tonsil stone on the back of my tonsils, and they're way back there, and they're preventing me from spitting anything out. So, I drink some hot coffee, I drink some hot tea, and then I drink some cold tea. I drink several beverages, and eventually it worked its way down. Like, it does go away after a while. You do quite a bit of swallowing. But boy, the sinuses have been, look it up. It's called tonsil stones. And when you get them, you can't swallow anything. And then it's almost like you're choking, but you're not choking. It's weird. But anyway, what happened is the weather's been changing here in Southern Illinois, where I'm living, so rapidly that the pollen count's been way up, and then it's gone. Like yesterday, it was like 90 degrees, and today it's been like 62. Like, it dropped way down. We had some storms and stuff, and I think tonight it's actually in the 40s. So what's happening is my sinus drainage was so much last night that it didn't block my airways or anything like that. It just kind of gave me a sore throat, and it kind of coated the back of my throat where I couldn't. It's kind of weird to explain unless you've experienced it yourself and know what I'm talking about. Then you'd know what I'm talking about. But I know it has a lot to do with sinus drainage and all that stuff. I've had this happen 2 other times, and it kind of feels like you're clearing your throat, but can't quite clear your throat out. And it's just a weird feeling. And it actually, the first time it happened to me, it threw me into a panic attack because I thought I was choking. But I really wasn't choking because I was still breathing, and I could still talk and eat and drink and stuff like that. So it was pretty severe, but not severe. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, the sinuses are just, they're so severe right now because of the rapid weather change. That's what happens. And I wonder, like, I've almost been thinking about here lately about maybe getting my tonsils removed. Because they say when you have these kind of sinus problems that you're going to have sore throats all the time, that it's most likely probably the tonsils. So I'm going to check it out. I'm going to ask my doctor about it and see what he thinks. And I'll get back to you guys when I hear some news. But it's just really bothering me. I'm just wondering, like, without my tonsils, what's going to happen to my voice, like the different voices I do and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like, I know your voice box is your voice, but your tonsils kind of help out a little bit too, especially when I do the my merman voice. I go, Skeletor, what on earth is going on here? Your tonsils kind of wave back and forth. And as you can see there, I didn't do it very well because my tonsils have been sore. So I don't have a fever or anything like that. I don't have any other symptoms to indicate tonsillitis, but I definitely want to talk to my doctor about it. And yes, Eddie Von Keen, I will circle back around on this story. Thank you. Anyway, hey, it looks like we got 4 watchers here. We got Eddie Von Keen, the real one with a wrench, Michael Fontaine. Hold on one second. Michael Fontaine. There you go. Michael Fontaine. And I think that's it. That's all we got right now. You 3 guys. There was 4, and now there is 3. So I was watching a movie the other day. I was watching Delirious. You guys ever see Delirious with John Candy? That is like, I used to love that movie. Like, I used to think it was one of the best movies. Like, it's about this guy, if you haven't seen it, it's about this guy who writes soap operas. Like, he's a writer for a soap opera. And he gets into an accident. The trunk lid hits him in the chin, then the back of his head hits the car. Then he falls down and gets knocked out, and then he gets sucked into this world where the soap opera that he writes for is real, and that's all happening. And then this one lady suggests, if you want out of here so bad, why don't you just write your way out? So he kind of goes, oh, that's silly. But then he starts typing stuff out on his typewriter, and whatever he types out on his typewriter starts to come true in this world. But anyway, I won't talk too much about it because I know there's a lot of you out there who haven't seen it probably. If you haven't seen it, it's a darn good movie. Give it a chance. Make sure to give it a watch. I watched it on Pluto TV last night. For some reason, though, I'm always getting that movie confused with Harry Crumb. Hey, what's going on here? Why am I down to one watcher? That's weird. Hold on, let me check something out real quick. Let's go to YouTube. Let's see here. YouTube. Hold on, let me check something out real quick. Whoops. Let's go to YouTube. Forgot I was broadcasting. I don't have any notifications. I don't see anywhere where Scarab went live. But I do have this thing I want to share, so let me go into regular YouTube. That was a different clicker thing. So let me go ahead and go into YouTube. I just saw something come across my news feed about UFOs. And is it, who is Harry Crumb? Or is it just called Harry Crumb? Or is it, wait, there's a thing here, a notification. Hold on. Oh, Brian McFarlane is live. Okay, I see. But anyway, there's been some new
U.S. intelligence.
Hey, all right, it's Kelly. I like her. New footage shows UFOs swarming U.S. Navy ship. And this comes from Fox News. So let me fast forward this just a little bit till we get to the footage. But I do like Kelly. She's cool. But anyway, let me go ahead and show that footage. My share screen up. Get your share screen up. There we go. So we got this going on. So here's the thing. So now all of a sudden, am I sharing my screen? Hold on, let me check. Sorry. Okay, yes, I am. All right, cool. So here's the thing.
Encounter. This footage of a radar seen by sailors aboard the USS Omaha back in 2019 shows as many as 14 UFOs swarming the ship off the coast of San Diego. At least one of the objects was moving upwards of 160 miles per hour.
38 miles.
That was pretty much perfectly 000 relative, right?
Yeah. 263 at 3 miles, 55 knots speed.
Investigative filmmaker Jeremy Corbell says the clip verifies a prior video he released of the same incident, with the earlier footage showing a mysterious object fly.
So I got a question. So for years, decades, generations even, we have been seeing UFOs, and the government and mainstream media has been denying the existence of UFOs all this time. And we've even had secret organizations, the Men in Black and all of that stuff, denying their very existence. And now all of a sudden, all of this stuff is coming out of the woodwork. And I said to somebody, I said, you believe, this is a person that believes mainstream media. I'm not going to say who it is. It's one of my cousin. We got into an argument a while back about the mask and the vaccines and all that stuff. And I said, I was telling her, she's a nurse. You can't tell her anything. She thinks she knows everything about medicine. She's like, how do you know what's in the vaccines? You're not a doctor and blah, blah, blah. I said, because I read about it. I read about all the stuff that was supposed to be on, and the ingredients are in the vaccines. I was trying to tell her about all this stuff. She didn't want to hear nothing about it. Of course, now we know if you put a magnet at the injection site, it'll stick to someone's body. And but anyway, I said all that to say this. I said, you believe mainstream media of over everything, and yet mainstream media is the one been telling us there's no such thing as UFOs up until this point. And now all of a sudden they're coming out saying there is UFOs and they're showing it all over. Now I find that interesting. And this is from about 3 years ago. It says San Diego, July 2019. Okay, let's watch some more footage.
Flying over the ship before disappearing into the Pacific Ocean. And as we get a look at more sightings, officials warn that these objects appear to be far more advanced than our aircrafts. Harris, starting with you. So now we have President Obama, who says UFOs exist. You have Republican...
Wait a minute. When did President Obama say UFOs exist? I don't remember that. I don't ever remember any of that coming out. I don't remember until recently. Well, I remember, what's his name? Was it Harry Truman? Harry Truman was the first. No, not Harry Truman. Shit, what was his name? Ike, well, what was Eisenhower? Dwight Eisenhower was the first one to come out and admit to UFOs. And then his granddaughter published a book about UFOs and alien spacecraft and even aliens, I think. Now, listen. So now they're saying Obama said that he was the first president to acknowledge UFOs. Is that what she's saying? I don't understand.
Director of National Intelligence, formerly John Radcliffe, saying basically the same. And now we're hearing that.
Oh, she's saying he said that after he was former president. Let's not twist things now. Former president. Okay.
They might be far more advanced than U.S. aircrafts. Are you concerned?
Well, what I am concerned about is really what the unidentified portion really means. I mean, I think it's really cool and fun to think that, things may be coming here from another world. What I would be worried about is, are our enemies doing some stuff? Because it's unidentified flying.
Right. It's not necessarily an alien spacecraft from another world. That's true. But our enemies... Are enemies doing stuff? Well, first of all, I'd like a bigger definition of our enemies, because I think that's all horse shit too. But they all of a sudden have just super awesome technology. I don't think so.
Objects. It doesn't say necessarily that they came from a different planet. So we do know that we have some haters. And when you look at the FOIA requests on some of the markings of these, you know that some in the media must be aware of this, right? And the military is always working on things with our enemies.
We've been aware of this for decades now.
So if they are from another world, let's hope they're friendly. And if they are enemies trying to fly faster than we do, let's find out as much as we can. And if that's the case, you don't have to tell us. Keep it to yourselves, because we want to be able to to fight them if we have.
Oh, because we don't want to be informed, right? Because we don't want to be able to think for ourselves and use our own discernment. We don't want to know, she says. Okay, whatever.
To those enemies on the ground on Earth who didn't come from another nation or another.
That's a great point. Yeah, it's a really great nuance there. Kennedy, you had the head of X-Files come out and say that he's delighted at this news, that UFOs have been a subject of interest of his for a long time. And meanwhile, the former creator of Men in Black came out and said, this is a little scary. So are you delighted or are you scared?
So wait a minute. Did she just say the Men in Black came out and said this was awesome and they were delighted? Hold on. What did I miss here? She just saying it tongue in cheek? What's going on here? What am I missing? Hold on.
Subject of interest of his for a long time. And meanwhile, the former creator of Men in Black.
The former creator of Men in Black. So we're acknowledging that Men in Black exist. Okay.
Came out and said, this is a little scary. So are you delighted or?
So the former creator of Men in Black himself is coming out and saying, this is scary. All right. Let's move on.
Are you scared? I'm delighted. I think it's fantastic because if you are able to traverse light years through.
Jesus, what's her name here in the corner? Looks like the Joker. How much Botox has she had? And look at this guy. This guy looks like he could be one of the Men in Black himself. He's just a straightforward thinking guy. I mean, look at him. With his buzz cut and his nose all prudish and wearing that fancy turquoise or blue tie, whatever this is. And little Miss Thing over here wearing a yellow jumpsuit. Who are you trying to be? April O'Neil? Okay. Let's move on. That is a very sexy jumpsuit, by the way.
Space, most of which is still a complete mystery to us, between dark matter and dark energy, which makes up a majority of the universe. We don't know how those things behave. And the laws of physics, as we know them, these craft would have to violate that in order to travel from the closest star. It is physically impossible in terms of what we are able to accomplish. So I said this on my show the other night. If they've got...
You've got hundreds and thousands upon millions of people that don't even believe we landed on the moon. And now you're trying to sell us on the closest star business. All right. Sure.
Craft this advanced. They've got weapons this advanced, and they're not using them. And I truly believe that intelligence will evolve to something closer to goodness than destruction, if for no other reason than for...
No, I don't think so. They've seen our planet. They've seen how we act. They know we're in trouble. I mean, let's face it, people. You know, we burn down our cities and, you know, we burn down entire cities in the name of peaceful protesting, for goodness sake. The aliens see this. They know what's going on. They ain't coming here marching in peace.
Preservation. So I am optimistic about this. And also, we got Tang and Tempur-Pedic mattresses from the moon missions from NASA.
Again, the moon missions. Little bit shaky ground here, my friends. You're walking on shaky ground.
So imagine what we could get with alien technology. I can't wait. Flying.
We've already had alien technology. Where do you think all this technology came from? It came from alien technology. I don't know how many of you guys believe this, but I believe that aliens were already here. They landed sometime in the 50s, and that's how we got cell phones, computers, internet, weapons that shoot lasers. We already have alien technology. All right, let's go on.
Cars are just the tip of the iceberg. I love the optimism, Kennedy. Dr. Sapphire, do you maintain that same optimism?
So I'll be honest, I'm with Harris. I don't like the unidentified portion. I mean, right now, we can't even protect ourselves from like misinformation from China, and our southern
China
border isn't even secure. So I want to know what these are because I'm not very confident that we can protect ourselves should we need to. I'd like some more information. So I'm ready for them to release that report.
David, quick answer from you. What do you think we see in this report from the U.S.?
They give this guy in the middle 2 seconds. All the women on the panel, and they got this one guy here. I'm sorry, but they only gave him like 2 seconds to talk. Really? Come on, guys.
Government.
Well, Harris is spot on. This is two countries telling each other something. It's either us telling China and Russia we have a new weapon, or them telling us they have a new weapon. Or, as the military has done in the past, they don't let us know they have something for 10, 15 years as they...
I'm surprised they didn't say, all right, shut up. That's enough of you, buddy. Pack your suitcase with your fancy little blue tie and your buzz cut and get the hell out of here.
Have done with airplanes or fighter jets in the past, and it's likely one of those three scenarios.
We shall see, and we will all wait with bated breath for that report.
All right. Thank you, April O'Neil. No, I mean Kelly. The bottom one was April O'Neil. Anyway, there you go. So what do you guys think? Hey, look who we got in here. We got Milo Fire. Hey, Milo Fire. Milo Fire's here along with Bone Breaking Action. Bone Breaking Action, where wrestling is real. Believe it or not, but me and Bone Breaking Action got something cooking up in the works. I'll have to talk to him later sometime, get together with him. But the closest star to us is the sun. I don't. Okay. Let's see here. Nope. Al Gore invented the internet. Yeah. He invented the internet and the algorithm. Get it? The algorithm. Anyway, so there's that news story. And as you guys know, I briefly talked about I think it was the last broadcast I did. I touched on a guy who was beaten by the cops. He was pulled over, and the cops beat the living tire out of him, basically. And then they brought him to the hospital and told everyone there at the hospital that he crashed into a tree. But yet, when they examined the body, there was prongs sticking out from all of him from the taser prongs and stuff like that. I briefly talked about it, but I didn't cover it 100%. I think if Saji had been here, we would have covered it 100%. But the conservative twins covered it. The conservative twins had quite a bit to say on the matter. And I can't even think of the dude's name right now, but we're going to go to the conservative twins. I want to show you guys a clip of the conservative twins real quick. We'll go to their most recent, well, not their most recent video. Here it is. Ronald Green, I think his name is. Body footage linked, and this happened, I think, over a year ago.
You have to de-escalate.
And I covered this briefly on one of the live streams, but didn't go into full detail. Let me go past their beard products. Let's see.
Uploaded several videos.
So this guy on YouTube apparently uploaded several videos. Let's see here.
For Max Pass? All right, Kel, let's get serious on this. Oh, that's right.
So,
you don't like Max Pass. You like that ones that insert. Keeps into the tampons. All right, look here. Hey, Kel. Let's get serious.
Let's get serious, they say.
All right, so this incident didn't happen recently. This happened
Okay, so they're going to talk about it. Like I said, I touched on it briefly. And this is from the you're thinking of Al Green. You're funny. But no, this is Ronald Green. Let me go ahead and get my share screen up. And we're going to watch a little bit of this video, but I'm going to talk about it as they're talking. So here is the conservative twins talking about the Ronald Green incident. And here we go.
2 years ago, it's involving Ronald Green. It happened in
2 years ago. Okay, 2 years ago.
Louisiana. Yeah. And recently there's some video footage that's been I don't think it was released. From what I understand, it wasn't released by any agency. It was leaked. Yeah. So it wasn't released. And the reason why it wasn't released is because the FBI is still currently investigating. Again, like I said, this happened 2 years ago, by state troopers in Louisiana. Yeah, but somebody got their hands on it. Somebody with the press, I'm thinking, and they leaked it. Yeah, somebody did. And from what I've seen, I'm thinking, I think there may be some other video footage that hasn't came out yet. Yeah, because if you go on YouTube, you can find LA State Police. Somebody got the videos credited on YouTube channel, uploaded several videos from this incident. Yeah, somebody actually created a YouTube channel, named it LA.
So I can go on YouTube and actually get straight to the footage, but I think the conservative twins do a pretty good job of explaining exactly what happened. And I like the story they go into when they used to be, what do you call it? Not security, loss prevention. They used to be loss prevention, not police officers, but loss prevention security, so to speak, or whatever. But anyway, here's a little bit more of this video.
State Police, Louisiana State Police, and he or she is up.
Let me go ahead and skip to the video. Oh gosh, no. I'm showing it again. Okay. There we go.
We're still fighting and we're still wrestling with him, trying to hold him down because he's spitting blood everywhere. And then all of a sudden he just went limp.
Louisiana State Police fired 2 of the troopers and suspended another. Last fall, just hours after learning he would be fired, Trooper Hollingsworth died in a single-car crash.
Now, I want to just go over what we just saw. Yeah, CBS News. Okay, so that was an autopsy done. Right. He had a broken breastbone. That's like in the center of your chest. Yeah. And a torn aorta. That's the biggest artery coming from your heart. Yeah, so I'm thinking when his breastbone broke, there was maybe that possibly caused the injury to his aorta. I'm not a doctor. I'm just, I mean, it looks plausible. Right. Where the breastbone is. Right. And you saw the pictures. He had like some deep gashes to his face. Right. And 2 of the police officers, as you heard.
Let's see. I believe we go into some more footage here.
Ran a red light. The state troopers attempted to pull him over. He went on a 15-minute high-speed pursuit. Yeah. And the body cam footage after the incident is over, they talk about how dangerous and how he was driving. It's all caught on tape. He was running red lights. He was driving the wrong side of the road. Some of the troopers said they were surprised he didn't kill anybody. Right. So if he would have just pulled over, needless to say, none of this would have happened. Yeah. None of this would have happened if when he crashed his car and the officers tried to arrest him, if he would have just followed that instruction, none of this happened. So what I'm going to do now is just show the footage. Hold up. Now, we're not excusing the cop's behavior. Like I said, the police department didn't condone it. They've already been fired. I mean, I'm going to show you the footage. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Before we show you the footage, to me, I'm thinking something's not adding up. I'm not going to tell you what's not adding up, but I want y'all to see the footage because something obviously went wrong before the ambulance got there. Yeah, well, when the cop said he was beating him and he just went limp. And I ain't going until we're going to let them look at the video. All right.
Let me see your fucking hands! Let me see your fucking hands, motherfucker!
Can you stop the video briefly? That sounds like
they're about to go into it here, but obviously the cops are pissed. They've been chasing this guy for, I don't know, what did he say, a couple hours or something like that. And but that is just right there, right off the bat, and they're gonna explain it. But to me, did he start shooting, or did he start like? It seemed like he started shooting something at the car door or something. I don't know. I heard like, before he even got the car door open. I don't know what the heck he was doing, unless he was banging on the car door with his foot or kicking it or something. It sounded kind of like that before he even got to the car door.
Like a loose cannon to me. Well, he's amped up because they've been chasing him for 15 minutes. Yeah, he's human. You understand?
Oh, 15 minutes. I'm sorry. I thought it was a couple hours. Well, that's not too awful bad, I guess. 15 minutes. Still pretty bad.
Yeah. But he's a state trooper. He's a professional. This situation has already been escalated.
Yeah, he's professional, but most state troopers, let's face it, are kind of assholes to begin with. And you think about it, they get out, they've got that drill instructor hat on, they come out and they're just like, already when you see a state trooper, like, and they come out and they got the drill instructor hat on, I can't think what the hat's called right now. Any other time I would think of it. But they basically, right off the bat, they're trying to be intimidating with that crap. And they wear it in the style of a drill instructor, too. It's like over their eyes, and you can't see their eyes, and they're all serious. And I don't know. It's, to me, they're just more intimidating than your regular, just, run-of-the-mill police officer, to me.
Escalated by Ronald Green in a high-speed pursuit. I understand you're amped up, but you're not going to make the situation any better.
Smokey the Bear hat. That's what I was trying to think of. Smokey the Bear hat.
Calling people motherfucker. You further escalate the situation. The cops are going to have to try to de-escalate the situation. Yeah. Look, I've never been a police officer. I'm sure I've said it many times, it's a tough job. Yeah. But I have had experience in arresting people because we used to do undercover store security. So I've arrested hundreds of people, probably close to 1,000. Close to 1,000, way over 1,000. It wasn't. I got over 1,500 arrests. Well, that's right. I was a better agent than you.
Hey, we got Hunter Hearst hiding there. Hunter Hearst, you seen the most recent Mandela family video that I did? It's a 2-parter, which I will have that second part up sometime next week, I think. I'm trying to see here. They show more footage. Let me fast forward it. They talk a lot about loss prevention when they were loss prevention security guards. Here it is. Okay.
3 motherfuckers. Yeah. All right, let's show it. That's not going to make me comply. Yeah, it is. Okay, stop it one more time. Okay, they told me to get out of the car, but they tased. Yeah. You tased? You telling me to get out of the car? How am I going to get out of the car? I'm being tased right now. Yeah, your body's locked up. Both of y'all are giving commands, and you got another officer. Well, that guy's giving command. This other officer, well, I ain't going to let him get out of the car. I'm just going to tase him. Well, he's probably pissed off because he's been on. He's amped up. Yeah. Yeah, but you got to. You guys, the police officers are obviously pissed for good reason. Yeah. They've been following this man for 15 minutes. Yeah. But police officers got to realize that the more you escalate, the more likelihood something bad's going to happen. Yeah.
And that's true in any situation. I mean, if you're in the middle of an argument, like I used to be a bouncer. Years and years ago, I used to be a bouncer, and then I was a security guard for like concerts and stuff like that. And I noticed if you talk calmly to a person and you say, "Hey, look, man, we're not kicking you out. We're just asking you nicely. Okay, you're going to need to calm down, or we are going to kick you out of here." And you give them that, and then you just you show them basic respect, and then of course you got belligerent drunks who just want to fight for no reason, then that's when you really take control of the situation. But you got to do it in a way that's sort of like, well, it's sort of like Roadhouse, like what they told him in Roadhouse. Like, a guy gets in your face, you do nothing. A guy threatens to kick your ass, you do nothing. A guy talks about your mama, you do nothing. You do nothing until it is time to do something. And then you'll know when that time comes, because they take a swing at you, you defend yourself. Now, I've thrown a couple guys out on their ass before when I was doing those jobs, but mostly, I mean, just like concerts and whatnot, you just hold the crowd back. You know, you don't. And if you do approach someone, you say, hey, look, you've been told, you've been warned. We're going to have to ask you to leave. And then if they do get belligerent, you just stand in between them and the other guy who they're trying to fight and basically talk to them nicely. Show them respect. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice until it's time to not be nice. You know, that they show us a few moves. You know, you grab them by the wrist, you get that wrist back. I don't care how big a dude is, you immobilize that wrist, you get that wrist back. Wrist can be fragile things, my friend. I mean, you get my wrist. I mean, my wrist has been out of commission for nearly 2 weeks now, just simply for lifting a guy. You know, I mean, it is really all about de-escalating the situation. I learned that when I was a bouncer, and I learned that when I worked securities concert. It's not the easiest job in the world. It's a hard job. People think, oh, all you do is just like beat the crap out of people, throw them out. That's not how that works most of the time. Most of the time, if you can de-escalate a situation, if you can talk nice to the person and just show them some respect, as long as they're showing you respect. But that moment where they break those boundaries, now I have seen a lot of bouncers who like to tough it out and, you know, punch a guy or, you know, literally throw a guy out, literally bounce a guy out on his ass. There's been situations like that, but not a whole lot. A lot of it's controlled situations. Now they're going to talk about their experiences as a loss prevention security guy. But that was just a little bit of my experience as being a bouncer. It's not always about force so much as it's about voice.
These cops need to learn how to de-escalate the situation. Yeah. Up until this point, this man has not harmed anybody. He put a lot of people's lives at risk. Yeah. But up until this point, nobody's been harmed. The only people that's been harmed at this point is the cops. They're pissed. Well, they're not harmed. That's their job. They're amped up. Yeah, I know it's their job. They're not harmed. Don't say that shit. They was not harmed. I know. They're pissed. At this point, they're not fucking harmed. They're pissed.
Oh, man. Okay, so let's fast forward it just a little bit because we got some more footage here. All right, I think right about there. Man. Yeah, you think?
They're tasing them again, yeah.
They're not just tasing them again. They tased them about 3 or 4 times. They lit that dude up like a Christmas tree. There's definitely an excessive use of force there. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I tased him in the car the second time. I can hear the pump. I can hear him tasing. That's 2 times they're tasing. They're telling him to get out of the car. You cannot move when your body's locked up. Yeah, I don't. Can't. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can hear it. That's the second time they're continually tasing this man, telling him to get out of the car. He's scared out of his mind for the right reason. He's drunk. He's on cocaine. He's on a high-speed pursuit. I don't deny that he was scared. Yeah, he was scared, definitely. Yeah, but he should have thought about that before he took off. But he's human, too. The cops are human, and this guy's human. Nobody's listening to each other. Everybody is just making a bunch of bad decisions. It sounded like he was calling the cops on your brother. He said that over and over. He's scared out of his mind. He's saying he's scared. You, my brother. If you ask me, he's trying to de-escalate it with his words, but he's not necessarily with his action.
That's the thing. That's the main thing. That's the point I was trying to bring up. You use your words. You use your words to try to de-escalate stuff. And that's sort of, and you can use, it's sort of like psychology, you know what I mean? It's just like, for example, if some guy's pissing you off and he's at the end of the bar and you're at the other end of the bar and he's mouthing off to you and you're mouthing off to him, what's the thing to do to de-escalate the situation? Offer to buy him a drink. Say, hey man, look, I know we got off on the wrong foot, or I know you're in total disagreement with me, but let's do this. Let me buy you a drink. We'll calm down. We'll have a drink about it. But again, some guys also, when you tell them to calm down and they're drunk, that's the last thing they want to hear. They're all like, don't you fucking tell me to calm down. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of was the same way when I would get drunk. So there is a certain strategy to de-escalating situations. It's very touchy. It's very touchy.
But then again, he's being tased. You can't move. From so far, he hasn't been given an opportunity to get out the car. He gave him a couple seconds. I guess he wasn't moving fast enough. That's why they tasing the shit out of him. All right, just I'm so scared. I'm just scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Get out. I'm scared. I'm scared. Get on the ground. Get on the fucking ground, motherfucker. He's grabbing me. I'm scared. Okay, right there is he's choking him. Let me see your hands. Put your hands behind your back, bitch. Give me your. Stop the video. Well, they're cursing over and over, calling him motherfucker. He just called him a bitch. Yeah, I mean that's not going to help anything. Yeah, and I mean they are choking him at this point to make him. I don't know why he's complying. Probably because he's scared. Yeah, that's why he's not complying. Yeah. But I don't understand. Is it justified that he's scared? I mean, he put himself in that situation. He put himself in that position. He should have just complied. But I mean, police officers need to be a whole lot more human. I mean, I get that. They should have given him an opportunity to. I guess they figured he wasn't going to comply with the commands because they've been chasing him for 15 minutes. I mean, I would like to see them give him opportunity to just get out of the vehicle and follow their commands, but that they just, I guess they're pissed. And
all right,
I mean,
well, basically, so that's what happened, and for some reason, and this guy has a YouTube channel. I'm not going to show any more of this because they're just showing him. It's horrible. It's horrible to watch. It's actually hard to watch, and there's definitely police brutality going on here. They're beating this poor man. They are literally lighting him up like a Christmas tree. Like you can see all the just lightning and you can hear the tasing. I mean, they're electrocuting this guy.
God damn it, get up here. Get that fucking arm.
Oh, so that dude was just sitting there watching.
Motherfucker, you better not move.
Yeah, he's pressing all his weight down on him right there. You see that? Yeah. He's got his knee on him.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right.
He's not unconscious or anything.
Stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
This guy ain't got
He's in serious pain. He's not unconscious at this point. Yeah, he's so at this point they you can see him. Just I don't know what this was all about. He's trying to roll over. Yeah, but he says to stay on his belly from other videos I saw, and he drags him by some shackles. I don't know why they shackled him at that point. He's already handcuffed. Well, I mean I don't know what's the point of pulling him like that, but yeah, I don't know. I guess they were still amped up at that point. But yeah. I don't know. In my opinion, I don't see where he. Because you can't at this point. You can't say he actually beat Ronald Green to death. I don't see that. Not at this point. Yeah, I mean that's what he said in the initial video. Shows we was beating him just to get his arms behind, but then he went limp. But I never see him went limp. I see them putting his arms behind him. I can hear him breathing, and he's in pain. I can hear that. But
yeah, I don't. You know what? I don't know. In my opinion, they talk about, George Floyd being bad. I think actually what we just witnessed there was sort of 10 times worse than sort of like the George Floyd incident, in my opinion. But no, it could have been, couldn't have been, but they hid like this body cam footage. Yeah, I agree, Milo Fire. It is sadistic. It's sick. But they hid this body cam footage for, what did they say, 2 years? They hid it for 2 years. And the FBI hid it. And I could kind of see why they didn't, like the FBI used the excuse that it's still on their investigation. Well, that's bullshit. You mean to tell me it's still on their investigation after 2 years? They haven't come to, they fired those cops, obviously, but you mean to tell me they haven't prosecuted anyone? They haven't set a trial date. They haven't done any of that stuff, any arraignment, nothing for 2 years. They've been sitting on this body cam footage for 2 years. Now, I understand not wanting to expose it to sort of like the general public, especially after the George Floyd incident occurred, but to not do anything, not to my knowledge anyway, they fired them. That's it. To me, that's just crazy. To me, that's just like, I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, they held on to this for 2 whole years. I don't know. But anyway, let's get to something a little less depressing, a little less sad, a little less sickening and twisted. In fact, let's get to something that will kind of make you guys laugh a little bit. I think you guys could use a good laugh. I think Milo Fire, you seen this video, or you actually commented on it? Let me see. Hold on. For those of you who don't know, I put out a Chuck Norris video. Let's see here. Let's see who commented. I'm trying to just see who watched it, who commented. Oh, yes, you did comment on it. Okay, yes. Stop throwing apples. Kind of need a golden apple emoji too. And bananas. Food fights are wasteful. I think Melissa Everidge preferred ladies at her window. Oh, she was that way, huh? I guess so. Yeah, I guess I didn't know that. I guess I should have known that. She was batting for the other team. Funny but true story. I used to scoff at bands like Indigo Girls, Melissa Everidge, and Natalie Merchant 10,000. Mechanics. Years later, I appreciate their music. Well, that's the thing. It's like years later, and I was telling my wife this earlier today, is that like, she complains because I like to listen to Ace of Base. I have Ace of Base on my, what do you call MP3 player. I have Ace of Base. Oh, she got married to some chick, Melissa Everidge did? I didn't know that. Okay. Well, there you go. There you have it. That's an inside scoop there that I didn't know, Milo Fire. But I do. I'm a guy. Yes, I listen to Ace of Base. I can't help it. But I, really what it is, it's that sense of nostalgia. It's that sense of sort of when I hear these musics, when I hear the songs, it takes me back to that time period. And I love the 90s. We had such good stuff going on in the 90s. We had DuckTales, Full House. Yeah, I know. Full House is a little bit on the cheesy side, but I liked my Full House back then. You had what was Family Matters. I mean, that's goodness gracious. That's where Urkel came from. You had Star Trek: The Next Generation. You had Deep Space Nine. You had the X-Files. You had the Naked Gun movies, for crying out loud. You had in the 90s, that's where it was at, And I do really, yes, TGIF. The one show I didn't like on TGIF was Step by Step. When that show came on, I'm like, good God, you might as well just put on 2020 because I am done with TGIF. This Step by Step nonsense. What is this? I kind of like the Cody character a little bit. He was kind of like the stupid, goofy character. You know what I mean? I kind of liked him. And I kind of felt sorry for good old, what's her name? Thigh Master lady. Three's Company. Shit, I can't think of her name right now. But TGIF was where it was. You had, besides those shows, you had Home Improvement, Boy Meets World. And I loved that show, Boy Meets World. I never missed a Boy Meets World. But you also had the bum shows that other people didn't like on TGIF that I did, kind of like Grace Under Fire and what was the other one? There was another real bummy show. Yes, I watched Grace Under Fire. I mean, it was a part of the lineup, and when it came on, I watched it. I couldn't help it. Suzanne Summers, thank you. Yes, Suzanne Summers. But yeah, Suzanne Summers, Somers, to me also used to be Summers, like it's gonna be a cruel, cruel summer. That's another song that I listen to. I have on my MP3 player. I have songs from the 80s. When you listen to songs from the 80s, it takes you back to that time period. I was a little kid in the 80s, but I was a teenager in the 90s. So, it wasn't until the 90s that I sprouted. It wasn't until the 90s that I really came into my own. In the 80s, I was a little kid and I enjoyed shows like He-Man and the Masters Universe, G.I. Joe, Transformers, the Super Mario Brothers shows. That was another bunch of 90s shows was the X-Men, yes, My Two Dads, Blossom, although I couldn't stand Blossom. But Blossom was on. I remember Blossom. But the 90s had cool cartoon shows. Batman the Animated Series, DuckTales, Disney Afternoons. That whole Disney Afternoon block, as a matter of fact, was cool. Now, with that being said, the Disney Afternoons and Fox Kids and all that stuff kind of killed Saturday morning cartoons. And along with the Cartoon Network and Boomerang and all those other networks really did kill the Saturday morning cartoons. Because when you think about it today, now you got your Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon and all those other cartoon networks. They killed Saturday morning cartoons. But yes, Captain Lou was Mario. I enjoyed those the shorts that they did. The live action shorts that they did in between the cartoons, which you can't find those except for YouTube. I've got all the Mario cartoons on DVD, but I can't find the live action segments. That they don't include those. And I have 2 seasons of DuckTales, which, you know what? I need to break out the DuckTales. How'd that song go? Life is like a hurricane. How the heck did that go, man? Anyway, yeah, Pinwheel. You know, when Nick Colonian was much younger, when it first started, I remember Pinwheel, spin me around, turn me, and how'd that go? Pinwheel, spin me around, slap me in the face and turn me upside down. I forget how it went, but you had Pinwheel. You can't do that on television. You had David the Gnome. Do you remember David the Gnome? That David the Gnome, in fact, had a cool freaking intro. And you know what? I can't believe that Saji never watched David the Gnome. That was an awesome show. And David the Gnome was voiced by Tom Bosley, the dad of Happy Days. How could you not like David the Gnome and the City of Lost Gold and Inspector Gadget?
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Oh crap. But yeah, Inspector Gadget was on Nickelodeon. That was an original Nickelodeon cartoon, if I'm not mistaken. What was that other one? And it's like, hi, got you last. Got you last. Got you last. Got you last. You remember that show? I forget what the name of that show was. Maybe that was Pinwheel. But I mean, oh my gosh, such good things on in the 80s. You had Bob Ross, Mr. Peabody. You had Sesame Street, Mr. Rogers, the PBS stuff, basically. I mean, that was some good programming, and it went away. Oh, Plus and Minus were the ones that are like, got you last. I got you last. But what was the name of that show with the elephant? You know, skimmer-rinky dinky dink, skimmer-rinky doo. I love you. Skimmer-rinky dinky dink, skimmer-rinky doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Skimmer-rinky dinky dink, skimmer-rinky doo. I love you. I love you singing. I love you. I love the way you dance. I love you. And do 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 do. I think that's maybe where I got that from. The do 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 do. You know what I'm saying? That's where I got it from. The Skimmer-rinky dinky dink song. But that was a good show too. And then you had oh shoot. I can't do that on television. That's where Alanis Morissette got her friggin' her start, you know. Every time they said I don't know, slime would come down, and they'd say water and water would come down, and then you had Barf, the cook. And every time they'd say something bad about his cooking, he'd come out and go, yeah, I heard that. You know, I mean, oh my gosh. Get Smart and so Roland Martin's Laugh In and all that stuff. Well, that was Nick at Night. That came later, but oh my gosh. Such good stuff. Such good stuff. A lot of that stuff, actually, I think the Skimmer-rinky dinky dink stuff. I think a lot of Skimmer-rinky dinky dink stuff. My sisters, I had some younger sisters, and they would watch that first thing in the morning. And oh my gosh, speaking of first thing in the morning, dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Laugh your cares away. Save them for another day. How'd that go? Wait, I think I said that wrong. Let me go back. How'd that go? Laugh your sorrows away. Save them for another day. Yeah, Fraggle Rock. Yes, thank you. Oh my gosh. I loved, what was that dog's name? Sprocket? Was that his name? And then you had the dozers, the little dozers, they had those little things that they would build their buildings and then the Fraggles would come along and eat them. Oh my gosh. the Fraggles loved radishes. Oh, the trash heap monster. Oh my gosh. I remember that. Oh, such a good time. Such a good time. But heck, I think on Nickelodeon's where I first saw Voltron, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I could be mistaken about that one. But do you remember Danger Mouse? Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse. He's fantastic. He's elastic. He's the one with the most bang for your buck. Danger Mouse. Do, 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 do. Danger Mouse. You remember Danger Mouse? Oh my gosh. So many good shows started out on Nickelodeon. And then, of course, later in the 90s, I mean, that was the 80s. Later in the 90s came do 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 do. Doug, and then there was Salute Your Shorts. Sadgie doesn't know it, but that's where I got, say it right or pay the price. He's like, cap on the wanna, we love you in our hearts. And when we think about you, it makes me want to fart. It's, I hope we'll never part. Now, say it right or pay the price. Oh, man. But no hate. SpongeBob. Yeah. Ah, yes, good old SpongeBob, me boy. I like SpongeBob. I'm not too sure about some of the newer stuff, but definitely some of the earlier stuff. Like I had the early seasons, like I had season 1 through 5 or something like that. And then my sister borrowed one like 2 of the seasons and trashed the box art and trashed the DVDs. Her kid, I think, she just let her kid just pretty much do whatever at that time. And the kid just trashed everything. I was like, and then by the time I got them back, they were just like, they were missing DVDs. There was DVDs with like peanut butter on them. I don't know. They were all trashed. I was like, thanks, but no thanks. You can keep them. Yeah. So it just goes to show you, don't loan any of your stuff out to anybody, especially family. Sorry to say. But anyway, I think this is going to be a short broadcast, but I do have some things to show you. I do want to show you that clip, Michael Fontaine, if you haven't seen that already. Let's see here. Chuck Norris, because I do want to comment on it. Let's see here. Actually, let's take a trip down memory lane real quick before I show that. Take a trip. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Here we go. I watched these just a couple days ago. I thought these were funny. So here we go. Here's some commercials. And remember, Batman the Animated Series started out on Fox Kids at one time. So here we go. Let's see if you guys remember these. Oh gosh, here we go.
To Fox Action Theater. Welcome to Fox Action Theater. Fox! You are watching Fox. We're gonna hit the scenes again. What's all these commercials and awesome.
Oh, I love that one.
Now back to our show. What? We're back. This. Mark that landmine, soldier. We'll be right back. I'll listen. We'll be right back. We're back.
My favorite one. I think my favorite one probably isn't on here with the karate guy that looks like Chuck Norris.
Great camouflage. We'll be right back. Mark that landmine, soldier. We'll be right back.
Some of these look like they've been repeated.
What was that, soldier? I said, now back to our show. I can't hear you. We'll be right back. Now back to our show. I'll listen.
This again?
We'll be right back. I can't hear you. We'll be right back.
He's holding that upside down. I want to get to these.
We'll be right back.
I love these.
We'll be right back. Now back to our show. We'll be right back.
Here it is.
We'll be right back. Now back to our show. We'll be right back. Now back to our show.
We'll be right back.
Okay, I wanted to show the Chuck Norris ones because that's for a reason. For a good reason. Because I'm going to show you guys once more my Chuck Norris video that I did a couple days ago, or maybe a day ago. Yeah, yesterday. Here we go. Here it is in its entirety.
Said, how about breakfast at Tiffany's? And I said, what about one thing we got? When I wake up, I know I'm gonna be the man that wakes up next to you. Hey, you quit singing on the street. What are you quit singing on the street, buddy? No, you quit singing on the street. I was singing on the street first. Oh, yeah? Well, how would you like it if I threw like 50 apples at you? You try it, pal. You throw 50 apples at me and I'll throw 50 bananas at you. Is that so? Yeah, that is so. Well, sew the buttons on your underwear because I'm about to zip you up.
Now, back in the day, again, the 90s, we used to have this saying that was sew the buttons on your underwear because zippers are out of style. And I was going to say that, but I thought that's been played out. So I came up with just the stupidest thing I could think of.
That makes no sense. Hey, what are you guys arguing about? Who, us? Yes, you. None of your business? Yeah, you mind your own beeswax, pal. You don't tell me to mind my own beeswax. Do you guys even know who I am? Who are you? I'm 5-time karate champion Chuck Norris. Don't you mean 6-time?
That's an ongoing joke that goes out throughout the video.
Shut up. So, now, once again, gentlemen, what are you arguing about? Apples and bananas. You didn't have to tell him that. You shut up. You don't tell me to shut up. You shut up. No, you shut up. Hey, Both of you shut your pie holes.
Now, what I was going to say there, I was going to have Chuck Norris say, well, I prefer peaches. Peaches from the country. Lots of peaches. Peaches for you. Peaches for me.
Or I will kick you in the next Friday. Ah! But it's only Tuesday. Yes.
Actually, it's Thursday. It was Thursday when I filmed this. Or Wednesday. I can't remember which.
Exactly. Oh, look, guys, I have to get to work. And I have to get to work as well. Well, then just separate and go your own ways. Or what? Yeah, or else what? Or else this! Hi-ya! Ooh! 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 Ah! Now then, you guys gonna argue with me? Argument here, pal. Yeah, I just want to go to work. Very well, then. That's what I call cooperation. Hey, bro. Yes, I am somehow very okay. All right, let's go to work. You got it. Wait, do we work at the same place? I don't know.
Now, there's a little bit of a joke there because these guys are actually a cameo of videos I used to do where it was called The Office. And I would put these guys in different situations where they were never actually in the office, but they were always outside of the office. So there's your quick cameo there.
Well, folks, as you can see, violence really is the answer. It solves all of our problems, including hunger. Yes, there's 1 million people out there dying of starvation every day, and violence can solve that problem.
1 million people?
What do you mean violence can solve world
every
hunger,
day,
Chuck? Well, it's simple. Who are you? Anthony. Well, it's simple, Anthony. You see that deer over there? That deer over where? That deer right there. Shh, don't yell so loud. You'll scare him. That deer and millions of deer like him roam the city street.
We saw a bunch of deer on their way home tonight, actually.
Every day. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, only you can be their saviors by, in fact, killing them. But I don't want to kill deer. You shut up. Oh, but you may ask me, how do I kill a deer, Chuck? I don't own a gun, and I don't believe in violence. Well, you don't have to own a gun, nor do you have to believe in violence in order to kill a deer. I do it simply by blowing on it. You see, I had onions and garlic earlier this morning. As part of your breakfast? Yes, part of my breakfast.
See, that should be a meme right there. Chuck Norris doesn't have to use a gun to kill a deer. He just blows on them.
Shut up. Quit interrupting me. Do you want me to karate kick you? No. Very well then, little Johnny. But my name's... Shut up! Please, watch this demonstration. Quiet little deer there, just minding his own business. He may look innocent enough, but he is about to run out of traffic, killing thousands of people. It is
Thousands.
up to people like you and me to control the animal population by killing them. But Chuck, wait for it. Wait for it.
Butt Chuck.
There you have it. You take this animal home, skin it, dress it, and then clean the meat off of its bones. So folks, use everything. The antlers, the hide, even the hooves. I like to use the hooves. I take them in my hands and I pretend like I'm clog dancing above my neighbor's apartment, drives them nuts. And knowing that they can't do anything about it because I'm Chuck Norris 5-time, 6-time, shut up, karate champion, then that makes me happy. Until next time, this has been Chuck Norris saying, reserve your wildlife. So long, everybody. Thank you.
By killing it.
That was an oddly weird PSA.
Yeah.
Come to my window. Stay by the light of the moon. Hey, huh? That's a girl song, you idiot. Ah!
Okay. Well, there you have it. I didn't have my usual Porky Pig ending there. Let's see how many people are still watching. All right, we got 5 watching strong. Let me put up this.
A special mission force for hire, risking their own freedom in the fight for
Whoops.
what's right. Seeking
Sorry.
justice under a hail of bullets, begging the question: if 1,000 shots are fired but nothing is ever hit, is it really violence? There were explosions, laughter, and dishonorable discharges in front of and behind the cameras. Hi, I'm Dan Larson, and this is the.
We're not going to watch Dan Larson. No, we're not. We're not going to open phone lines until Saji's here. He can control the phone lines better than I can. But hey, let's see who's been in here sticking around with us. We've had Milo Fire during a great portion of the show. I really appreciate it, Milo Fire. You are a true blue person, and I respect you for it. Let's see here. We also had Hunter Hurst Iden earlier on. We've had let's see here. Scrolling. Bone-breaking action where wrestling is real. Eddie Von Keen, the real one with a wrench. And good old Michael Fontaine. I like the way he comes in with enthusiasm going, hey, party people. Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, party people. There you go. Let's see here. Oh, did I say Michael Fontaine? Yeah, Michael Fontaine. Michael Keaton. Oh, wait, no. Michael Fontaine. Michael Fontaine. Michael Fontaine. You know, I watched the other night, I watched Deadpool. What was that called? Once Upon a Deadpool. And really, I got to say, other than showing some new clips, like they showed Fred Savage, you know, with his bedroom all looking like Princess Bride. It was okay, but all it really was a PG-13 version of Deadpool 2. I mean, that's all it was. They're telling the story with a little bit of clips thrown in of him and Fred Savage having their little back and forth. But other than that, it really wasn't all that great. I thought it was going to be a whole different story, but it was just basically him. Like I said, Deadpool 2, PG-13. So if you want to watch Deadpool 2 with all the cuss words and all the action pulled out of it, then be my guest. But anyway, before we end the show, I've had this up for a while. Let me go ahead and share it. It's the Boss of Silverhawks with his special little ending. He's got a little special surprise ending for you guys. The Boss of Silverhawks. He also knew Saji couldn't be here tonight, so here's a little message from the Boss of Silverhawks.
Hello, Boss of Silverhawks here. I just wanted to say, Saji's a good guy and everything, but he's often late. He falls asleep all the time, way too easily. He really wish he could be here tonight, But hey, what can I say, you know? When he's not here, it gives me something to do. It gives me these announcements to make. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And with no further ado, here is Michael Lindell with one more special announcement. Check him out. Thanks for watching.
All right. Well, there you have it. The boss of Silverhawks with his comments. And it really has been a good show. I enjoyed having every single one of you watching the show. And by the way, we're going to get to regularly scheduled programming anytime soon. Oh, hey, CJ. Sorry you missed the beginning of the show, but I'm glad you're here. Better late than never, nonetheless. But yes, I'm eating peanuts. Well, I'm eating mixed nuts, actually. So good vibes to everyone, and good night to everyone as well. Maybe tomorrow night we might have a Star Wars spectacular show. I don't know. Like I said, Keith's dad's been missing for a week or so. I hope he's doing okay. I hope everything's well with him and his family. But until then, this has been Hebrew77 saying thanks for dropping in on Stir Fry Friday. And we'll see all of you guys next time. Much love to everyone. Good night. I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy this ending. Well, that does it for tonight's show. I hope you've all had a good time. And we'll see you on the next. And remember, snakes don't always bite. Like this music?
How do you know about biting snakes here?
Huh? Who is that? Well, how dare you interrupt me during my...
Whoa. How do you know about biting snakes here? I don't think you've ever been bitten by a snake. You gotta be kidding me. Listen, you don't have to worry about getting bit by a snake as long as you just stay by a MyPillow. That's right, MyPillow. Go to MyPillow.com/Michael Lindell and buy a MyPillow today. Thank you. Getting bit by snakes. Why, I oughta.
Like I was saying, like the music, it's absolutely free. Well, it's been one heck of a show, but as all good things do, they must end. So, we'll see you next time. And remember, oh wait, I think I already did that one. Goodbye, everybody. Do. We'll see you next time.
Wait, you can't do your way out of this one. Boss of Silverhawks here. Oh, wait, that is the end of the show? Alright, well, good night everybody. By the way, you like this music? It's absolutely free.
No.
And no,
we already did that.
You can't have a pony. You phony baloney. Go get some stromboni. Do. Take that, Hebrew 77.
I like the do at the end. Good night, everybody.